here so far. Ed Connor is the one person. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
You have 3 minutes.
I represent the applicant. I hope that this very strange and special proceeding is not going to limit me to 3 minutes, what I have to say. But I have one main point to make. It's a procedural objection.
Can you speak directly to the microphone and louder?
I have one main objection to make, and it's a procedural objection, and that is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If Councilman Lalloway is suggesting that there was any impropriety in any campaign contributions that were supposedly bundled by Ms. Cepetto, he needs to recuse himself right now and leave the dais, because the only person who Pam Cepetto has ever handed an envelope full of checks to is Mr. Lalloway. Mr.
Okay,
Lalloway,
that is
Mr. Lalloway,
you're
to your
now saying that I did something illegal?
I am suggesting, sir, I am suggesting that you have no right to appeal this. You have no right to sit on that dais and take any.
I'll give you what you want to say, and then I'll answer that.
I'm going to suggest to you, sir, that, and we have Ms. Cepetto here, and she can tell the world what occurred. But the only person who got an envelope was your campaign full of checks. And therefore, under your theory, and I don't know of any rule, local, state, or federal, that has anything to do with bundling at a local city council election. But if you think it does, you need to leave the dais. Leave the dais right now, because otherwise you're not complying with your own higher standard that you just told us about. Now, I've submitted 2 declarations. One from my client, the 360 companies. They have not made a single campaign contribution to anybody at any time. I've submitted another declaration. That's from Ms. Cepetto, and she has indicated that she has contributed $249 to everybody running for election, including you. And as you know, you asked her to raise money for you, and she did. So if there's a problem there with bundling, you had no right to appeal this, and you have no right to ask to make this motion. That motion is out of order. If you're going to abide by, if you're going to practice what you preach, leave the dais. Because otherwise, this is a kangaroo court and a 3-ring circus. Now, this project received an approval. There is no basis that I hear that has anything to do with the merits of this project. That appeal should be dropped. That project, on which they have spent some $18 million so far, that nobody objects to, that no one has anything to say bad about the project, should be allowed to proceed. My client is facing some $200,000 every month that this is delayed, and they face a huge risk of not being able to buy the TDRs they need to get this project in if this is delayed anymore. And I would ask you to ask Mr. Melching about the liability this city is going to have if this is delayed for a political reason, has nothing to do with the project, and we lose those TDRs, and we pay more money, and we suffer a loss on that project. That is going to be inverse condemnation brought back to this city. I'm asking you, nicely, sincerely, in good faith, drop this appeal and explain to me, sir, how it is you can even have the right to make the appeal or the motion given what you have done with the supposed bundling.
I'd be happy to address that. Number one,